With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver Common Sense Show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours. For Phase 2, we've expanded to 2 hours. Phase 3 of the Takeover, we will be moving as of July 3rd to the 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. slot. All right, guys, I'm back. The quarantine has been lifted. Typhoid Mary has come through my house. My wife went to visit her parents, my in-laws, in the Poconos, and she came back and got everybody in my house sick. That was real fun, and as everybody knows, I already have some medical issues, so that makes everything worse, and it puts me down for a while. Still not feeling the greatest. Still coughing here and there, so I'll try to do the best I can. Hang on. I don't think I missed that much during my little Typhoid Mary incident. Nothing happened while I was gone. It's not like Comey testified and blew up the social media. It's It's been interesting sitting back because being sick, I had a lot of time in my hands, so I was on social media a lot, and I was on Twitter, and it just was funny. Do you know how bad it was with the revelations that came out of Comey's testimony? Well, first I'm going to start off by saying the left are saying it was damaging to Trump. The right are saying it's damaging to everybody else. I happen to agree. Both sides are saying it's damaging to the other. But on Twitter, I noticed there was a lot of silence this weekend. A lot of silence. And, what is all that noise? Of all these noises? There was a big conversation I saw on anti-gun. It's to the point right now that they got to change the subject. They can't have talks about what actually Comey testified about. Because it is too damaging. It was said that there's no investigation into Trump. There never was. What else? Loretta Lynch actually interfered. And the left is like, oh, there's no issues. But what's come out is, surprisingly, and this really shocked me. Dianne Feinstein is saying there has to be a separate investigation started into Loretta Lynch. Ooh, report just came out. President Trump gives Priebus till Independence Day deadline to fix White House mess or be replaced. There's been a lot of reporting that Reince Priebus has been a little bit on the outs, or Trump has been happy with him. I think, my opinion, Reince Priebus was given that position to get the RNC and some of the establishment, some of them in line, to try to get him in line to back Trump. I didn't see him staying that long anyway.
With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because, truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is pretty interesting. I'm going to look more into it, but we'll get back to what I was talking about. Dianne Feinstein's now calling for an investigation into Loretta Lynch, and she is not happy about it. And I'm trying to remember the words that she finds it sickening that she wanted words changed and all that for the investigation. There is your tampering with the elections right there. But the lamestream media, and even I think Chris Matthews said that is damning, but they will ignore it. A couple of the left-wing media, some of those big guys even said that is damning to the left, but they're going to ignore it. They're going to try to cover it up. It's pretty bad when they admit that they're going to cover it up. And these goddamn GOP senators, these Republican senators, really need to, pipe down a little bit. I'm surprised Mike Lee's actually really backing Trump right now. That I figured he'd jump on the bandwagon to try to go the other way, but he's even saying there's no evidence. Who the hell is? We'll get more into it later. The Virginia Senator Manchin. He's come out and he has said that there is zero evidence of any collusion. It is nothing but it's a distraction. That's all it is. But the left right now, I think, is losing the overall war. And why do I say that? I say it because the Republicans have finally gotten smart. They finally got smart. And they're getting together. The rallies that are going on. The conservatives are outnumbering them. We just had rallies this weekend for the anti-Sharia law rallies. And, yeah, a couple of them did get violent, and we'll talk about them more. But for the main part, the conservatives were outnumbering them. And I was talking to my parents about it, and I know I bring that up a lot, but I'll get talking to my dad about it and my mom. And, all right, Berkeley were large numbers. Yeah, that was easy because when you bring all your your protesters, these professional protesters, it's easy to bring them in, and then they outnumber. But now that you have all these multiple protests that the conservatives are doing, you start to have to thin your ranks out. And it's showing just how low the numbers are that support this liberal resistant movement. It's not as popular. And you could see it where we're also attacking on the fronts, just like the liberals do. When you have the New York City Public Theater, and there's the onstage Trump stabbing. Delta and Bank of America have now backed out of sponsorship. You have the Puerto Rican Day Parade that just went by. And they lost massive, and it's not the first time, but they've lost massive sponsors. You're going to start seeing this happen. Conservatives are getting smart. Kathy Griffin. People lambasted CNN about her comments, and she lost her job. They're doing the same thing the liberals do. They're making a big fuss over this stuff and not ignoring it anymore and trying to play nice. I mean, it's not mean and stuff, but you know what? They're not turning the other cheek. You can't constantly turn the other cheek because all your cheeks are going to be bashed in after a while. So they're fighting back, and physically fighting back in some cases. A lot of people are getting tired about the violence that has been going on in these anti-fascist protests. They go there with baseball bats and all these weapons and sit there and scream that they're there peacefully as they're beating people. Well, you could say whatever you want. Your actions are saying differently. Hell, I could say I'm Mother Teresa all day long. Doesn't make me Mother Teresa. And that's what they're doing. We're peaceful. Well, we got film of you beating. Oh, no, we're being peaceful. So a lot of conservatives are getting tired of it, and that's actually scaring me. Because it hasn't been that spark. But I think we're just the one spark away from a civil war happening. There's such division in this country. And it scares the crap out of me. It really does. One spark away. That's all it takes. It is. I don't want my daughter growing up in that type of atmosphere. That's why it scares me. I think the liberals would. I don't know. And I don't think it would last that long. The liberals thought they had the majority because of their rhetoric, and they kept screaming it, but they don't. They thought if they started making this big fuss, people would jump behind them. And they've pissed off more people than anything. It's...
With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
It's scary what we're going through right now. And Bank of America, they were smart and they backed down. And their statement was, Bank of America supports art programs worldwide, including an 11-year partnership with the Public Theater and Shakespeare in the Park. The Public Theater chose to present Julius Caesar in a way that was intended to provoke and offend. Had this intention been made known to us, we would have decided not to sponsor it. You have the play. There's some play that an anti-Trump play. They had to shut that down. They had to shut it down. Why? Because there was no tickets. Then nobody wanted to go see it. Look at Amy Schumer. You know, she runs her mouth left, right, and center, pissing everybody off. And her last couple of movies have been bombs. Her television show isn't doing that great. Why? Because no one wants to listen to her mouth preach and bitch and moan. Kathy Griffin, same thing. Her shows haven't been doing that great. Seth Rogen's movies haven't done that great. Ever since he started running his mouth. That kid from Transformers, LeBay, Lashif, or whatever the hell that jack-off's name is. He's possibly done his career in real good with his antics. People are getting tired of it. And they're not going to pay money to have these idiots preaching and, you know, just jamming their opinions down your throat. Everybody has the right to free speech. But when you start forcing your opinions onto others, and you start treating them like they're idiots, that's where a lot of people start to get pissed off, and they start saying, no, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. And they got to understand, a lot of the money, though, people that spend a lot of that money for movies and all are conservatives. There's more conservatives, and maybe some of the independents. They're more conservative than this country gives them credit. And they're getting tired of the bullshit. They're getting tired of everything jammed down their throats. Why do you think Trump won? You would think that the Democrats would go, holy shit, we got to regroup here. We got to think for a moment. And what do? They double down, triple down on their rhetoric. And they do it on social media all the time. They keep going and going and going. You know, I saw not devastating, but pretty bad, that Adam West has passed away at 88. I liked him, and you know what? Even on Family Guy, he portrayed himself as a moron. It's sad. I just saw Lena Dunham breaks news on Instagram. Dad taught me how to use tampon. That's a little sick. I think she's also the one that says it's disastrous for women not to have free birth control. This is the stuff that they're trying to jam down our throats that people are going, you know, I've just about had it. It's not good. And it's the conservatives need to keep fighting back. And the thing is, that silent majority that pushed Trump into the White House is the ones that are standing up and leading the way. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cat for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
Hey, welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here, and Phase 3 is in full effect. Starting July 3rd, the Reaver of Common Sense show will be moving. We will be moving till 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. If I can do this without stuttering, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit. It's been very, very weird time. I don't remember our government being in this much disarray. Now, usually when you hear comedians, they're bashing Trump when they do the political. Kevin Spacey took it a different direction. And you know what? It was nice to see, and it wasn't nothing derogatory. There was some nice little shots, but it was nothing extravagant. He came out and he portrayed himself as Bill Clinton. And he cracked jokes about Hillary's email controversy in between award presentation. And I'm just going to play it for you. I thought it was, it wasn't a dead-on imitation, but people got the gist of it, and it was funny. All right, come on, man.
Either way, when I get backstage, I'm going to murder myself at that buffet table. I'm hungry as hell. Now, we've had some exciting young performers this season. Ben Platt was named one of Time Magazine's most 100 influential people. That's very impressive. I was on that list a couple times. But, Ben, you know who you bumped off that list? My wife. No, it's all right, it's all right. Now, between you and me, you might be a better singer. But after seeing your show, there's no doubt Hillary's much better at creating fake email accounts than you. I just wanted to do a joke nobody ever thought I'd do. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, but I'm going to get in trouble when I get home. That's
Like Bill Clinton, yeah, I'm going to be in trouble when I get home. You know, there was a shot made, and nothing. You know, it was nothing derogatory. This one I found funny. I told my wife, a suspect has shot his victim using a shotgun shell packed with Rice Krispies. It's a treat I don't want. It's a weird time that we're in right now. It's a very weird time. Let's see. Where are we? All right. Oh, and another one, that pressure from the conservatives. CNN again. They went and put pressure. The conservatives put pressure on CNN after one of their employees, I guess is the best to put it, shot his mouth off and had some choice words about the president. And it goes on. After CNN host Raza Aslan stirred controversy with a series of vulgar tweets against President Trump and others, the cable news network has dropped plans to move forward on Believer, Aslan's spiritual adventure series that they explored religious ideas across the world. Now, this is also the same series that he did a thing on Hindus, and there's a small sect, I think it's Hindu, that are...
With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because, truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
Cannibals, they eat human brains. So he sat down with them, and he actually ate human brains with them. That was... a head scratcher. But CNN has decided not to move forward with production on the acquired series Believer with Raza Aslan. The network said in a statement reported by Variety, "We wish Raza and his production team all the best." If the CNN picked up the show, it would have been entering its second season. Aslan released a statement accusing CNN of trying to protect its brand. He insisted his show stands for tolerance, but his personal statement reflects his role as a social commentator and scholar rather than a journalist. In other words, he just wants to make excuses for calling the president a piece of shit. You know, I don't know if everybody remembers the rodeo clown that had an Obama mask, and that guy lost his career. And that rodeo was known for, it made fun of every president. But because it was Obama, you couldn't make fun. And you even had Harry Reid going out there, it's unpatriotic, you can't make fun of the president, it's not right. But now, sorry, little cough there. Now they, oh my God, they want to, they call it humor. I say it's above and beyond humor, what they're doing. I mean, they're making disgusting attacks, murder, beheadings. And I know I was out sick when this whole Kathy Griffin, and oh my God, I was chomping at the bit. Especially when she came out, and I'm the victim. He broke me. He broke me. No, you even tweeted, you have tweets from last year up until now, how you are going to take the fight to Donald Trump, how you are going to attack him, how you're going to attack his 10-year-old son. I think he's 10 years old. Barron. It's in written records where you're going to go on the attack. So you sitting there, they're attacking me. No, they're defending themselves. I don't know anybody that's buying Kathy Griffin's bullshit. At least this guy's like, hey, you know what? I understand CNN walked away. They had to protect their company. You know, he stands by his comment. I don't agree with him. He stands by him. And he's not going out to CNN. He understands why they had to part ways. Just say HBO should be parting ways with Bill Myers. Because God forbid if I call myself a house N-word, oh my God, liberals will be lined up around the block. He was out and apologizes. Well, I won't get HBO. I won't pay for it. It's not a boycott. I spend my money the way I want, and HBO is one of them that I will not pay extra for because of Bill Myers even before this. And definitely not now. They're keeping them. They're hypocrites. It's absolutely a joke. You know, the left is falling apart. They're totally losing their minds. They're freaking out. It was so bad on this London thing. I think it was Kathy Gifford. Gifford. No, Gabby Griff, whatever. The senator that got shot in the head that's alive. The big anti-gunner now. I think it was her that, after the London attack, why isn't Trump discussing the gun violence? Psst, psst, that was with a car and a knife. Oh my God, every time there's a terrorist attack, they want to talk about banning guns. Pressure cooker, we got to ban guns. Rental truck, we got to ban guns. Yeah. Oh, the best is with the I know this is getting off subject. This idiot on Twitter. He picks a fight with a couple guys over guns. and people try to talk to him. And he starts insulting, so they attack him back. He starts crying because he's getting attacked. And we're all like, your mouth started it. Well, I know. And he makes all these excuses and blames everybody else. Everything will calm down. Then he'll start insulting. He'll get attacked. And, well, you guys are being nasty and vulgar and attacking me. Well, you started it. Well, same thing. Well, what do you want to do to fix the gun violence? He'll divert off it. He just wanted to attack. He says, number one, that the job of the Supreme Court is to interpret the Constitution. No. And everybody kept asking, where is that in the Constitution that it's their job to interpret? It's their job to enforce the Constitution. Make sure everybody's following the Constitution. Oh, no. In your reality, that might be happening. And that was his bubble reality, were his two big things. It's even better. He got in a discussion with me. This is how sick and depraved this guy was and just trying to pick fights. So, out of nowhere, he says, I won. Which I'm sitting there laughing like, yeah, whatever. Okay. I was like, you couldn't win a game of pocket pool. I don't know if anybody's ever heard an expression like that. Pocket pool is, you basically, your hand in your pocket, you're playing.
With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because, truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You discover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
Yourself. Well, you couldn't win at that. Well, that's how bad you are that you can't win a game of pocket pool. Not actually a sexual comment. It's just, that's how such a loser you are. Oh, you want to look, you're talking about looking at my junk. You want me jerking off. I'm like, boy, you got a sick mentality. I was like, whatever floats your boat. And he just, oh my God, this guy was nuts. And what this is all over, because I went at him about my father, and those that have listened to the show know my father was shot. He survived, but he was shot. And we were in the communist state of New Jersey, which pretty much keeps citizens from defending themselves and being able to arm themselves to defend themselves. And a criminal walked in, shot my dad, put 2 bullets in him, turned around, walked away. Which tells you right there, you can't carry really in New Jersey unless... you're on the knees in front of the governor begging for a goddamn concealed carry permit. But this guy was carrying concealed. So, the guy starts sending me tweets by him. Talking, well, I understand that. Because he's like, made a comment that happens and, oh, well, there's nothing we could do about it. It was basically a big F you to me, which kind of pissed me off. But, he goes on to tell me the reason why he doesn't like gun is a good friend of his when he was younger was killed in an accidental discharge in a house. Key words there, accidental discharge. So he thinks by doing background checks every year or every 2 years, redoing your license every 2 years, will stop an accidental discharge from happening. This is how sick and depraved these people think. And it's just an argument to create an argument. And he wants the Supreme Court to step up and reinterpret it, the Second Amendment, to fit his theory. And we're the ones that live in an alternate reality. We are in a bubble. And one of his good points was, we'll prove that the founding fathers were not drunk when they wrote the Constitution. Someone put back, very easy. Did you see the penmanship writing in cursive in Old English style on the document? Can't do that drunk. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back, if the button will work.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the ReaverOfCommonSense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Network.
With New Year's resolutions, many of us will make a vow to eat healthier, and that's a good thing. But what about our beloved pets and their nutrition? Greetings, Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm on a mission to provide better nutrition for cats and dogs because truthfully, all pet food is dead food, which is why we created Rough Greens and Meow Greens in the first place. We bring their food back to life with live vitamins, minerals, probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, and so much more. All in a tasty formula that your dog and cat will love. You can improve your pet's coat, digestion, energy, and have less vet bills. Let 2025 bring a new year and a new pet. Get a Jumpstart trial bag, normally $20. Get a 100% discount with promo code BESTFRIEND. You discover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use promo code BESTFRIEND. Bring your pet's food back to life with Rough Greens. So good, your pet will ask for it by name.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. Ah, dang it. I hate it. I'm still coughing. So I also came across an article. I didn't save it. It pisses me off. But, I mean, if you do some searches. And it's actually some old scientific data, and it's popping back up again. Scientists have proven there's global warming happening on Mars. Right there. Mars. What other planet? There's another one. I think it's Jupiter. Are heating up. Now, you can't say it's man-made because, well, man's not there. What they're finding out is over the last several decades, there's been heavy solar flares, which has caused heating up of the planet. The same thing that scientists have said multiple times here on Earth. And it just, oh my God. Makes my head want to pop. Because how can you have global warming on two other planets when there's no goddamn humans there to cause the increase in temperature? It's kind of funny. 3 planets are heating up. 3. But these idiots are going to sit there and try to tell us that we're the cause of the one. The other 2, yeah, that's solar flares. But solar flares aren't affecting ours. You know, I might be a little off on my understanding of the cosmos and what planets are in line where, but I think Earth comes before Jupiter and Mars. So solar flares are affecting them. They're probably going to affect us too. They're further away. We're closer. I know there's some other factors that can go into it, but global warming is nothing more than another way to divide people's money. It's a scam. And it's funny because those planets, they're finding out that we're in an ice age. A mini ice age, same as we were during the late 19th century. And they were coming out to some slight warming. We had some slight warming. It's solar cycles, what it comes down to. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, what really pushes it for me is when they have to push the rhetoric and the attack and silence and no debate. That tells me that they know they're in the wrong. They have nothing to back it up, so they try to silence the conversation to end the conversation because it's the only way they're going to win. And the same thing with that little twit on Twitter and the anti-gun. He tried instigating insults to try to get us to block him. Someone else did it, and I saw it on his feed. He then claims he won the conversation when you stop talking. When you sit there and say, I'm done with this idiot, he then declares winner. It doesn't mean he's won, but that's what they try to do. And that's what they try to do with global warming. They try to silence the conversation. They try to silence the discussion. And that idiot kept saying, all I want to do is have a discussion. Fine, let's talk about it. And as soon as you start talking, oh, you live in another reality. Oh, it's your that warp mentality. You're never going to change. And we finally, some of us said, no, you don't want a discussion. You want to preach, and we have to accept what you say. You don't want to hear the other side. Oh, drives me up a wall. Absolutely up a wall, these people do. And a couple of them said, and I agree 100%. There's been multiple times, multiple times on the gun side, the pro-gun. We have compromised. We've given up that inch. And then the anti-gun has taken a mile. So now we're saying, screw you, we're not. We're not. And I don't blame them. We've been giving up a lot for a long time. And there's no reason to give up anymore. So, and that's what they want. They want us giving up a little bit at a time, while they keep and they want to make all the regulations as hard as they could find so that sooner or later, I don't want that gun. It's not worth it. And that's what they want. But we're not going to give it to them this time. Oh, what the heck's going on? Try and take a screenshot of something while I do this. And just not working right. Let's try this. There we go. Now I got it working. There we go. I figured I'd get it figured out. There we go. Sorry about that. I just had a little sidetrack there. All right. It's ridiculous anymore. It really is. You know, there's only so much people can go before they just have had enough. You know, and it's getting really tiresome, the fight that you have to have anymore. And it's I don't know. Let's see what's up next, because this one's going to drive me up a goddamn wall. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Oh. Talking about the rallies against the Islamic law, the Sharia law. And it's drawn counter-protests. And their big thing is, well, if you don't want Sharia law, you must be Islamophobe. They're out there. These people are actually out there. Standing up. Actually standing up for Sharia law. The left is actually standing up for Sharia law. I could not believe it when I saw that. The Mr. We're for the gay and lesbian community, and we're for brain fart. The women. No, they're not. No, they are not. It's ridiculous when you have a protest to go against an evil law such as it's Sharia law. Women can't jive. Rape is acceptable. Should I go on? It's unbelievable. And they bitch and complain about it. But those counter protests didn't turn out as good or the way they thought. Because, as I talked earlier, conservatives fought back. And they have to twist the facts because you're against Muslims. And then in Seattle, it was Seattle stands with our Muslim neighbors. No hate, no fear. Muslims are welcome here, they chanted. Well, you know what? That's not what they were talking about. They were talking about Sharia law. And it was a lot of Muslims that protested with them against Sharia law. And the ones that were over the top and dramatic were the counter-protesters. They're the ones that exaggerated it. I'm just holy. I'm amazed how you would think they would get behind it. You would think that, hey, yeah, we don't want any type of law that allows rape. that allows the beating of women. You would think they would get behind that. But no, they got to try to twist it. They got to spin it. Well, the facts and reality are behind the people that held the protests against Sharia law. And a lot of people's eyes, it made those left look even worse than they already do. It's hard to make them look even worse than they are, but this one really stepped it up. It blows my mind that there's so many people that are so blind and that they're willing to put their children, their wives, their daughters at risk. For what? So you may not offend a couple people? Hey, I offend all the time. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense, so I know you're getting offended. Right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the ReaverOfCommonSense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. So something that just popped up. A dozen Democrats charged with voter fraud. 12 employees of a voter registration organization with ties to former Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid and Bill Clinton were charged in Indiana over the weekend, accused of submitting fraudulent or fake voter applications in the run-up to the 2016 general election. The Indiana Voter Registration Project focuses on registering and mobilizing African American and other minority votes throughout the state. According to local officials, at least 12 canvassers for the group are accused of falsifying documents and submitting fake applications. But, you know, they'll come up with some, well, it was a mistake, and we don't know what you're talking about, and they'll come up with the sun got in their eyes. But there's no voter fraud going on. None whatsoever. Oh, a case here or there, and then. Yeah. An investigation into the organization began last summer when local officials near Indianapolis noticed a variety of inconsistency, missing information, and erroneous data when compared to the on-file registration for voters. The Indiana Voter Registration Project is managed by Patriot Majority USA, an organization with close ties to the Democrat Party and its leadership, including Harry Reid and Bill Clinton. Now, the group claims to have registered nearly 45,000 applicants ahead of the 2016 presidential race. If convicted, the workers could face up to 2.5 years of jail time, coupled with a $10,000 fine. You know, what are you in for? Well, murder. What are you in for? Bank robbery? What are you in for? Yeah, I forged a registration. Sorry. I find that a little bit funny. It just... I could see that, you know, person in jail sitting there bitching and moaning about it. They are willing to destroy their lives. And what do they get out of it? Nothing. They don't get diddly squaw. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It's... Again, why would you risk your whole freedom. Just so you can get some person that'll never care about you elected. I don't know. Now this one I found pretty amusing. Democrat Representative Ted, I think it's Louis. Hang on, let me pull the wife up. Come on. There we go. Dang, my computer's running slow today. It's nice to be back. But I also had fun, and I'm sorry to say, my daughter is home from school. She's on summer break, so even though I was sick, I was still spending a lot of time with her, and it was fun. Liu. So, Ted Liu, who's a California Democrat representative, says that Trump's tweets could be obstruction of justice. Now, this is a lame attempt at trying to silence the president, as they understand his tweets get his message to the masses without the media spin. They want him to stop tweeting. But also, this representative has held and sponsored classes such as how to leak top secret information to the media and not get caught. And as a illegal alien, how to avoid getting arrested and avoid dealing with ICE. He holds classes on how to break laws. Maybe that's how he knows so much about obstructing justice, because that's what he does. I mean, he's obstructed justice by teaching these people how to avoid coming in contact with them, the law enforcement. I mean, come on. If me or you held classes on how to get away with robbing a bank, what do you think would happen to us? What do you think would happen? Yeah, it wouldn't be pretty, I'll tell you that. It would not be pretty. But it's a Democrat, so they feel they have a right to get away with it, you know. Insert excuse here. But on Sunday's MSNBC's AM Joy, he said that President Donald Trump's tweets this morning calling former FBI Director James Comey cowardly could be obstruction of justice. So calling the guy a coward for leaking information. And his exact tweet was, I believe the James Comey leaks will be far more prevalent than anyone ever thought possible. Totally illegal, very cowardly. How in the bloody blue hell is that obstruction? I think some of these idiots are just going out there to run their mouth because they think, ooh, I might get elected. I might be able to run for president. Oh, my God. I want to bang my head off a wall. Seriously, people. I just They're that desperate. They're just really clawing, trying to make it whatever excuse. They're trying to stay relevant when they're pissing people off. And they don't see it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's almost like, let's see how bad we can destroy our own party. I've said it before. I don't want to see the... You need at least two parties. I love conservative values, but too much of anything is a bad thing. Too much of anything is a bad thing. And if you have too much of that, of conservative values, they'll go too far. The power will go to their head. And no competition, you'll get shit representatives. Worse than what we have now. But they're going down this path that looks like they're just going to destroy themselves. And just the way they're acting, it's almost, are you purposely doing this? I don't know. Now, this one really, I couldn't believe it. So, Newsweek got a great interview. They got to interview Daniel Richman. And if you don't know who that is the Columbia University Law School professor. He is the friend of former FBI Director James Comey. He is the one that leaked the information to the New York Times. Okay? So they get an interview with him. And their big question is, can 6'8" Comey actually dunk a basketball? Stop the press right there, because that's what I want to know. With our government frozen because of all this bullshit, and they're so worried they just want to know, can he dunk a basketball at 6'8"? It's and it's, quote, in a quest for answers, I got a hold of Columbia University professor Daniel Richman, who as of Thursday is known to many as the Comey friend who leaked to the press the former FBI director's memo about conversation with Trump to get his quick thoughts on his associate's ability to stuff the rock on a regulation rim. And the answer was that Comey dunked when he turned 50 and does not plan to make another attempt until he turns 60. And it is quite possible that some close to Comey will try to derail this plan. Where everybody else is wanting to see these memos because all of a sudden, Comey saying, I don't have the memos anymore. Mr. pays attention to details. That he's going to write down the whole conversation. Gives his only copy. His only copy to prove these conversations happen to his friend. And does not have them anymore. Let me explain that to you again. He wrote these conversations down so that he could have them to counter Trump if Trump tried lying. And what does he do? He gives his copy, the original, to his friend to leak to the press. And now he doesn't have them. That screams bullshit alert. You're so worried of proving your innocence. Then you give your only copy away. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Press, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying confidence, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the ReaverOfCommonSense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. Now, sometimes, you just got to laugh when you come across these articles. When you have Al Gore says God told him to fight global warming. Former Vice President Al Gore is now telling his climate disciplines that God commands us to go forth and fight global warming. Engaging in some advanced publicity for his new global warming film spectacular, an inconvenient sequel, Gore told Interview Magazine that God didn't create global warming and wants us to fix it. Have you ever noticed he does these right around the time when he's going to be doing a new movie or book? What does that tell you? Or he really pushes when he owns certain stocks. It is makes me shake my head. As we talked earlier, it's nothing but a way to redistribute wealth. That's all this global warming scam is. It redistributes wealth. Nothing more, nothing less. In his comments, though, Gore equates the fight against global warming to a religious base, moral crusade similar to the civil rights fight, women's suffrage, and the abolitionist movement during the Civil War era. Gore insists that it is a moral imperative to fight against climate change. Yes, because climate isn't supposed to change, Weather's supposed to be the same day in, day out. What the weather will be today, it'll be the same weather next year at the same time, same. That's what I call a special kind of stupid. Regarding the climate movement, Gore said, warning to his point, there are people who say God is in complete control of everything that happens, and if the earth is getting warmer, then maybe God intended that. Gore then rejected that conceit. Well, no, the $1 million mansion-owning former VP insisted God intends for us to take responsibility for how we treat God's creation. And if we choose to use this thin shell of atmosphere surrounding our planet as an open sewer for 110 million tons of global warming pollution every day, the consequences are attributable to us. The theatrics. Oh, I love how the left since Obama's been out of, pretty much out of office, how now all of a sudden they use God. Nancy Pelosi said Trump backing out of the Paris Agreement was a sin against God. You have the NSA chick that got busted for leaking. Rosie O'Donnell has donated $1,000 and called her a patriot. They're trying to use words. And what it is, they see conservatives using these words, and we get behind it. So they think if they use those words, we're going to get behind them. Of course, talking about God, we got to get behind him. I mean, it's such a simpleton-minded idea that they think everybody's so stupid they're going to fall right behind them. They're going to fall in line. Oh, my God, Pelosi said it's a sin. Oh, we got to get behind global warming now. It's a sin. Oh, giving out top-secret information. That's a patriot. Well, there's proper ways of being a whistleblower. There's many paths to doing it. Snowden and this, reality winner. They didn't go the proper route. The left nowadays is all about doing whatever they want. Everybody, we all have to follow the law. But they don't. But Al Gore goes on and he says that if you are a believer, as I am, I think God intended us to open our eyes and take responsibility for our moral consequences of our actions. Yes, because we can control solar flares. I mean, I can control with my mind, can't you? It's hell. Some weird T-shirts they're selling now. It's almost pathetic. The feeble-minded attempts that they're making. It's I just and I'm going to bring up another point. Sorry for jumping around. You want to know how they're not really, because there's that independent investigation into Trump by Mueller. Now, he already interviewed Comey before he went and testified. Now, if they actually thought there was obstruction, do you honestly think that Mueller, who would be looking at pressing charges against Trump or saying that there is this would allow that testimony to be given and everything laid out. No. Then again, you had Comey who laid out a case to indict Hillary Clinton and then went, nope, she didn't break the law. She broke the law, but we're not going to prosecute because we don't have a precedent. Well, how's the precedent set? By doing it. And the one thing I can say has been constant since November 8th. Mainstream media has screamed, the sky is falling. Pretty much every day. Guess what? The sky's not falling. It's still above me. It's still shining bright. And it's still beautiful. This doom and gloom, and then they scream everybody else is as fear-mongering. When they that's all they have. That's all they have is fear-mongering. Yeah. Looking through some stuff, seeing if anything's going on. What is going on? Anything? Heinz is back. Trying to figure out. There's supposedly a video. Heinz worker, there's some Muslims, and they were putting some stuff into the ketchup. We're going to take a quick break and I'll come back to see what this is about. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying confidence, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. So, looks like Pelosi is going to be wasting more tax dollars when she already is a waste of tax dollars. Increasingly disconnected from reality, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi veered into a dimension-like state of paranoia. What the flim-flam? Paranoia Friday by insinuating that there was something unseemly about President Donald Trump beginning his overseas tour last month in Saudi Arabia. I just think it was a very strange choice to go there, the California Democrat said on MSNBC, according to the Washington Times. Especially in the light of having served on the committee that investigated 9/11 and knowing the suspicions that exist in our country and among his people. She added that she is also bothered by rumors that Trump cleared the room during his meeting with Saudi Arabia King. No, I ain't going to try his damn name. The president's allegedly strange behavior irked her so much that Pelosi has reportedly begun looking into it. Considering that Pelosi's salary is funded by taxpayer money, as is that of the staff she would presumably be using to look into the president's trip. This means her fake investigation into this contrivial non-scandal is being paid for by the American people. Note also, this isn't the first time that the 77-year-old congresswoman has trotted out seemingly absurd conspiracy theories regarding the president's visit to Saudi Arabia. If you remember, she made a big fuss because he didn't go visit countries in alphabetical order. Here, let me play some of it for you.
It was unusual for the President of the United States to go to Saudi Arabia first. Saudi Arabia? It wasn't even alphabetical. Saudi Arabia. Now, notice the previous 5 presidents. President Reagan, President George Herbert Walker Bush, President Clinton, President George W. Bush, and President Obama, 4 of them went to Canada first, and 1 of them went to Mexico. George W. Bush went to Mexico first. In our hemisphere, it didn't have to be in our hemisphere, but our friends and neighbors. What was the decision-making process to go to Saudi Arabia first? That's a question that I have. And what policy flows from that? Are there further questions I'll have when the president returns? No. Yes, sir.
You mentioned the cost-sharing reductions.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, of course, you had an...
Yes, we're going to look at. He didn't go in alphabetical order. This is how desperate the Democrats are. I wasn't joking when I said they were desperate. They gone batshit crazy, especially Pelosi. I mean, how long before we sit there and say, people, time out? We need to do something. Things are not right. Oh, my God. It just... It's like... He didn't go in alphabetical order. She wants to do an investigation into it. Get real. Trump finally, for the first time, got to sit down with his full cabinet. Finally. Tomorrow, Jeff Sessions will be giving testimony in front of the Senate Intelligence Committee, and it will be public. We're going down a path that's scary, very scary. We got... What's this? Hold on.
Is he the solution? Is socialism the answer?
Hey, guys, what's the Democratic Party's message? If you're a conservative, here it is. We can spend your money better than the government. You should control your own health care, and you should pick where your kid goes to school. What's the Democrats' message? Well, give us more of your money. Your health care stinks, so we'll handle it. And don't worry, public schools are just fantastic. Ignore all the failing test scores. What's the message? They keep bringing up social justice. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean to the coal miner in West Virginia who just lost his job? Nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
All right.
It usually means, well, no, honest, economic justice is code for socialism, and social justice is some sort of balkanization, identity politics. And where's that gotten them?
Yeah, But that doesn't put food on the table.
Yeah.
These people don't care about that. They need jobs. They need health care. They need good schools. The Democrat Party's a joke. They're getting smoked everywhere because they can't talk to people like normal human beings.
I'm all about.
And what this is about is why they're talking about this. Bernie Sanders, in a speech at the People's Summit Convention in Illinois, called on his supporters to take over the Democrat Party. Sanders said the current model and strategy of the Democrat Party is an absolute failure. The Democrat Party needs fundamental change. He called on his supporter to move the party toward opening its door to working people and young people who are prepared to fight for social and economic justice. You just lost your job. You don't give a shit about that. Those are side issues that it just riles up some youngsters because it's been ingrained in them during school that it's the most important thing. And the former Secret Service agent, Dan Bagoni, like he said, it's the Democrat Party is take care, give us more of your money, your health care stinks, so we'll take care of you. It's... I dumbfounded. Sanders has never worked a day in his life. He went from being on welfare to being on government welfare. And what I mean by that is he went from actual welfare to being elected into a government position. Biden has made the recommendation to Mitt Romney on Friday evening at the Utah resort where Romney was hosting an annual invitation-only business and political summit to run for Senate. Yeah, just what we need, that jackass back in office. So he was the governor of Massachusetts. Now he wants to be... Now they didn't be a senator in Utah. Oh, great. And you got Newt Gingrich that's saying that the independent investigator should be dropped because Comey tainted it with his testimony on the Senate floor. Because he said that he felt that there should have been an independent investigation, so he leaked that information to force that independent investigation, which proves that it's a fabricated evidence that caused it. But, of course, we'll still go on with the charade. There was a Tucker Carlson I saw recently that was absolutely ridiculous that I wanted to play. This one. Black Lives Matter woman is or she's an associate. During Memorial Weekend, there was a Black Lives Matter Memorial Weekend, and it was no whites were allowed. And it's the segregation. And here's what makes me laugh. Martin Luther King pretty much gave his life to end segregation and pissed the Democrats off that segregation ended. So what did the Democrats do? Laid low and now have convinced the black community, or some of the black community, I should say, that they need to segregate away from the white people. So they're getting exactly what they wanted and what they had before. They just went about it a different way and made it look like it was their idea. But this is just listen, I can't even explain it.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Good to see you again. You're doing well.
Thank you. I was confused by this because I thought the whole point of Black Lives Matter, one of the points would be to speak out against singling people out on the basis of their race and punishing them for that. Because you can't control what your race is, and yet they seem to be doing that. Explain that to me.
What I say to that is boo-hoo-hoo. You white people are angry because you couldn't use your white privilege card to get invited
Lisa.
to the Black Lives Matters all Black Memorial
Right
Day
there.
celebration.
Racist.
Wow.
Boo-hoo-hoo,
Let
white.
me contextualize that for you.
Uh-huh.
Memorial Day was created
I don't want you to wait.
Memorial
So
Day was
first of all, I
created.
don't want you to contextualize. Right?
I need to contextualize it because Memorial Day was created by
hold on.
black
You're
former
attacking
slaves in
people on the basis of their race.
1865 to honor those individuals who were Union soldiers who fought and died for our freedom. So Black Lives Matter, in that same vein, decided to get together with black folks.
I'm not going to let you
honor
filibuster
black folks,
past my
to
question.
make sure that black folks were celebrated for being murdered
I don't want
by
to shut this
racist
down.
terrorists.
I don't want to shut this
If you're
down,
mad
but I
at
will.
that,
Okay.
You just
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I just have a really simple question for you. If you don't like people excluding others on the basis of their race, and as a society we agree that that's bad. I agree it's bad. You agree it's bad. Then why are you doing it? And why are you defending it now?
White folks crack me up all of a sudden when we
It's not a
want
white
to have
question,
one
it's a
day
universal
for
value.
black folks to focus on ourselves. But you've been having White Day forever. You don't say the words anymore because you know it's politically incorrect. But you've had an all-white Oscars, all these movies with all-white
Well, if you
actors,
don't like
movie
it,
after movie
why
after
are you
movie,
perpetuating it?
all-white TV shows with white
Wait a minute.
cast
Who
over and
has
over
their
and over again.
own
The
network, the
Bachelorette,
Black
it took
Entertainment
11
Television?
seasons of a Black
Who has their own
Bachelorette.
scholarships, the Black...
I hope you're not speaking for anyone else. I
you know,
hope
you have
there
the
are a lot
Black
of people
scholarships, their own Black Miss
What
America.
you're saying is so hostile and separatist and crazy. It's such a basic violation of what I thought we all agreed on, which is you don't attack people for things they can't control, namely their race.
It's not an attack. I'm stating the facts.
I
People
asked
give
you-
weddings where they exclude children. It doesn't mean they don't like children. They don't know if your kids are going to be monsters and those kids are going to be well behaved.
No,
so in that same vein, Black Lives Matter decided to have one day where they didn't want white folks who were going to be off the rails. They don't know if you're going to be the ones behaved and for them or the ones who are there against them. So they picked one day to do the celebration.
Let me just ask you a quick question.
Go right
Do
ahead.
you think it's racist to exclude people on the basis of their skin color?
I think it's racist when you've been excluding people for hundreds
Why don't you
and
answer my
hundreds and hundreds
question
of
and
years.
stop with your silly
And we're
lectures? I'm asking you a very simple
we're
question.
forced to come together collectively to celebrate ourselves because you guys won't. You are the larger society. Let's be real here.
You guys, I'm talking about what I thought we all believed. Let me ask you this. Do you think it would be fair if white people did come to a Black Lives Matter celebration?
They do all the time. When you look at Black Lives Matter,
do you use the same water fountain that they do?
And you see Black Lives Matter coming together collectively for different issues. You see people of all races. So we do accept them. This particular day, they said, stay your asses out. We want to celebrate today. We don't want anybody
Now
going
reverse
against
that,
us
and if
today.
actually a
You
white
can't
person did that to
celebrate
blacks
if
just
someone
for
who doesn't
one
look
day.
like you was around?
Yes, you can, but you can
You're
also
demented,
say, I don't want to do
actually.
It's a personal
You're
choice.
sick, and what you're saying is disgusting. And if you were a Nazi, I would say the same thing to you.
Luckily, I'm not a
because
Nazi.
what you're saying is indistinguishable from what they are saying, which is, I don't care your opinions, I don't care your views, your life experience, your intentions. All I care about is the way you look, something that you can't control. And on that basis alone, I'm judging you, and I'm hostile to you. That's the case you're making, and it's divisive and wrong. And it's amazing that you even have to say that out loud, but I can't believe you're making the case you're making.
Unfortunately, when you have a racist society like America, you force individuals to come together collectively to make sure that they have a voice. And that's
This is what
unfortunate that the
identity politics
racism has
looks like.
caused
Okay.
people to come together.
Exactly. That's what identity politics look like. And that's what the Democrat Party has turned into. And it's a shame that we've come to this. You've been listening to the Reaver Common Sense. I will be back tomorrow right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. Have a great day.
You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.